Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and today we are taking a look at Nick Walker and Good Vito, Vitaly Golnikov. These are two young and up-and-coming hungry lions. Nick Walker, I believe he is 26, maybe 27, and Vitaly, he's only 23, maybe 24. Hard to find the exact stats on these guys, but they're young, very young. Vitaly, Good Vito, he's not even a pro yet. So is this a fair comparison? Well, hard to say. Is it fair anyway? Judging by a lot of you guys, a lot of the YouTubers out there, these are photoshopped pictures of Vitaly, of Good Vito. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Now here is another one of Good Vito. Now, did you notice that it did not quite look, go back and look. The other picture, his biceps, his arms don't look nearly the same. I would prefer if he was snapping the shot more like Nick Walker. If I was supposed to judge this one, if I am supposed to judge this one, I'd have no choice but to give it to Nick Walker. I believe he is in far superior condition, thin skin, things of that nature. But man, that structure, that frame, those muscles on Good Vito, very impressive. Let's run through the poses. And here in the front lat spread, I deal with this every Nick Walker comparison that I do from the Chicago Pro. This is what you can get. I do not know why they hide. Is it illegal, guys? Is there something is he showing his pee-pee when he shows the front lat spread? I don't know. It's very, very confusing. Now, this one here is from the North Americans, from Nick. And it is a good, clear picture. But he is nowhere near the shape that he was in. And now that we look at Good Vito, of course he is winning this one. But I mean, is this photoshopped? Have a look at this one here that I found. You can definitely see a difference. Now, having said that, Good Vito still packs a punch. And in this comparison, with Nick Walker's conditioning here, I would say Good Vito would get an edge. He'd probably get a slight edge anyway, due to the overwhelming frame, the lats, I believe. But then again, guys, that Chicago Pro front lat spread, from what we could see in that blurry picture, Nick Walker actually looked very good. Here is the side chest pose, and you'll notice I made Good Vito a little bit shorter here in the comparison, even though these two dudes probably around the same height. Neither one of them are very tall, not at all. Good Vito, he's bending at the knees more, creating more thickness in the legs, probably. I could even have stood to make him a little bit shorter, actually. So he might not really be that big. He's leaning in the upper body as well. He's leaning toward the camera, and he's leaning back a little bit more than Nick Walker. So you know what I'm saying, guys? It's hard to size these guys until we see Good Vito next to some pros to see how tall he actually stands in the poses. But having said that, I like Good Vito in the pose. I like him in all the poses. But condition versus condition, you're going to have to go with Nick Walker. It's, as disappointing as it is for you Good Vito fans, hey, there's a lot of Nick Walker fans. Here's the side tricep. And this is basically the same thing, guys. These two dudes on equal playing field, only I would say I'd give an edge to Good Vito, Vitaly Ugolnikov, in every single pose, as far as the shape, as far as that's concerned, midsection, things of that nature. But, and this is a huge but, I'm talking bigger than Jay Cutler's butt, Ronnie Coleman's size butt, the conditioning of Nick Walker, far greater. So he's going to win every shot. And like I said, disappointing for you Good Vito fans that are probably going to argue and say, no, Good Vito looks better in all the shots, blah, blah, blah. But hey, guys, Nick Walker, he's right there with him, and his conditioning is better. Without further ado, let's have a look at the backs, because these comparisons excite me. Now, the rear lat spread, it's almost like the front lat spread of Nick Walker. Very hard to get a straight-on shot. Very hard to get a good clear picture as well. But man, these two, they would do battle. Now, this here is a screenshot from the video, and I generally don't like to use those. But hey, judging by this one, these guys would have one heck of a battle in the back shots. Well, this one anyway. I guess we'll have to reserve our judgment as far as the conditioning is concerned until we look at the rear double buys. And this is a shootout. I'm telling you right now, guys, Good Vito, he is here to stay, in my opinion. He does not mess around. He is matching Nick Walker in all of the muscle areas. Glutes, calves. He's beating him in the calves. Hard to say if this is Photoshop, but I mean, judging by this one, guys, it's equal playing field. Only Good Vito maybe have an advantage. The waistline a little bit smaller, arms a little bit bigger. But here's that huge butt again, guys. Nick Walker wins this one by default, by better condition. And we can tell with these clearer shots, and it would be more evident in real life if they were to stand side by side. Nick Walker would, with all due respect to Good Vito, he would eat him up. He would eat him up with condition. Turn these two guys back around, and this is the ab and thigh that I found of Good Vito, and this one here, in my opinion, this is an obvious Photoshop. Am I 100% sure? No, but I've seen other pictures beside this one that it was obvious that it wasn't this. You know what I'm saying, guys? Now look at the chest development. You see that? That is as wide as a barn door. Let's have another look at another ab and thigh. Now see, this is actually more confusing to me. He does look photoshopped in the other picture, his chest. But the point here is, Good Vito looks fantastic in this shot. He looks tremendous. Probably beating Nick Walker, if you can believe that one. I mean, look at the striations, the feathering in his quad. Now, the way his lat, look at his right lat. It seems to be jetting out, cartoonish. If that's not photoshopped, if that's his real lats, IFBB, look out. He's the lat man. But at the end of the day, you're going to definitely take Nick Walker serious because he does look good in this pose. He's got a decent V-taper for a man with a wider waist, genetically speaking. And the guy's probably in overall better condition as well. Let's finish this one off with a most muscular. Now, impossible to get the sizes correctly. I probably should have made Good Vito a little bit shorter, actually. But he's going solo. I didn't know how small to make the guy. But, I mean, judging by the lag comparison here, I think I did make him a little bit too large. But I don't know if I prefer the way he does this. He goes down so low. I would like to see maybe some sort of an upright, most muscular to go along with this, to do some sort of a better comparison. To see muscle for muscle. Because muscle for muscle, guys, Good Vito, every step of the way, right there with Nick Walker. But Good Vito's still in the stewing pot, guys. He's only 24, like I said. I believe he's 23, 24. Very, very young. So his conditioning is going to get better. He needs anything but size. I mean, he has all the size in the world. Matching arm size with Nick Walker. Well, maybe not. Maybe he wasn't beating Nick Walker in the arm department in that rear double by. I was thinking about that the whole time. They were pretty close, actually. If anything, maybe Nick was a little bit bigger in the arm. He got the shot anyway with conditioning, and he gets the win, of course. Nick Walker, guys, he's a pro. He was ready to win the Chicago Pro Show. That's a pro show. He was in pro show type condition, and we have yet to see that from Good Vito, and when we do, it'll be more of a matchup. But until that happens, Nick Walker is your man. He is the proven commodity. Hit thumbs up on the video, guys, if you did, in fact, enjoy it. Subscribe to this channel if you have not already. I love you. Oops, I slipped that in there. I don't say it every time, but, makes it a little bit more special. I got to reserve most of my love for the wifey. Have a great day, guys.